everyone, welcome to Hot Toys. As here, of course, from Heel versus Babyface, Georgie to the left of me, my left, your right. It's all really confusing. And then today we've got a special guest. Patrick Thomas Parnell.
What's up, guys?
Going great. Great to meet you.
Patrick's gonna fit in very well today because he has an Indiegogo with a comic. However, the reason why he's on Hot Toys is this comic is about transformation. You know, I don't know if we can use the term. Yeah, it has the ability to transform, and you've also created a toy to go with it.
Oh,
that's right. In the comic, we call it alternating.
Alternate. There you go. Yeah, I like it. Be sure of that language. You know, got legal and just kind of like.
No, what did he say? So you actually made the toy to go with it?
Yeah, I jumped into the indie comic arena a couple years back, probably about 4 or 5 years back. I worked for IDW and Archie and stuff like that.
Oh,
and I was always pitching like
IDW.
IDW, RIP with their Transformers IP. But I was always pitching them these, which I thought were pretty fantastic Transformers stories. And I come to realize that the editors actually didn't know anything about Transformers. Like I was pitching them this gold, right. And they kept on brushing it off. They were still asking to see stuff. And then finally I got to a point I was like, you guys are just like morons, and then that's when I started to piece together that these were children, that they were like,
there's Heather Antos was the editor there.
It was like 22, 23 like year old editors, you know what I'm saying, that didn't grow up with Transformers. So it's how can you be an editor for a property that you don't understand, Right. And then that's when I went off and I did a book called Johnny Phantasm, which had some pretty good success. We're wrapping up that campaign right now, and we made a toy for that. Like I have it right here. It's like a Kenner style action figure. Nice. So I started, that's when I started to learn about toy manufacturing, and then I was like, let me go ahead and do this robot story. And as I was piecing together the robot story, I kind of like almost I say Kramer, like I kind of Kramer like fell into like this group of guys that could help me make a robot. Like it was actually, we were talking about it before, but it's actually a third-party company that was like, we can make that for you. And I was like, cool. And here we are. The campaign's been going well.
Wonderful.
This is so we did a campaign on a Kickstarter already, and it did pretty good. And then we put one up on Indiegogo, and now this is going pretty well. And people seem to be resonating with it very, right there. Don Figueroa, if you're an old school Dreamwave Transformers fan, Don did the cover for us. Don was the guy that basically he was not Pat Lee, he was the other guy. And I always thought the other guy was better. So Don jumped on board here and did a cover for us. And like this was the first thing that he has drawn in years. He kind of just stepped away from comic books. And he was so jazzed on the idea that I had the balls enough to go make my own toy. He was like, I'm gonna do a cover for you.
Beautiful. Very nice.
The toy.
Yeah,
there it is in all the glory. If you're a Transformers fan, you'll recognize that kind of color scheme. That's kind of like it goes two ways. Some people say it's kind of like the Devastator color scheme, or it's kind of like G2. It's either or. But I mean, it started off small. I hooked up with a designer in Poland, and we went back and forth for about a year, and we refined it, and we refined it even some more, and then this is the product that we came up with. Something I'm going to point out that's a fun factor with this robot is the missiles actually fire too, so he's got spring-loaded missiles. So watch out, kids. You don't want to get these stuck in your nose or put them in your ear. I don't want anyone going to the hospital.
No.
I do. The fire, Survival of the fittest. So how tall is this? How tall does this?
This is something I think you'll appreciate. So I didn't want to go masterpiece because the masterpiece market is overrun with competition. You know, there's so much competition going on there. I didn't want to jump into
discussing that before we started. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do legend scales. If you don't know what legend scale is about 4 inches tall. It's like a little tiny masterpiece. They're beautiful. I have a bunch of them. So I was like, there is not a lot of third-party companies that are doing mainline transformers. So this guy is actually, he's about 7.5 inches tall, and you can put him next to your Walmart, your Target, your Big Bad Toy Store transformer, and you can put him on a rack with all of them, and he'll go seamless. The only problem is he'll look better than them, you know. Because the amount of detail like that we got, if you scroll back up as to the back of his legs, if you notice the back of his legs, there's no empty spots there. With mainline transformers, you'll see sometimes that there's like hollow spots. They do it to save money.
Yeah.
Like what we're trying to do is a mainline figure, but with the masterpiece quality.
Okay. So what scale would you call it? Like
well, I mean, you can call it mainline. Some people call it chug.
Chug. Okay.
Chug is kind of like a slang. It's like classic. I forget what the H stands for. Then it's like universal, and then generations. But it's basically like the size transformer that you buy in your regular store, not like a collector store.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I just picked up Franz Toys version of Mirage, and that stands at about, I think, 5.5 inches. So that's gonna
go,
that's gonna go a couple of inches. Now I've got a couple to show today. They're gonna stand at about 8.5. So they're gonna be kind of comparable to this side, but that's a good size, because that kind of fits in pretty well with the collection. But yeah, I mean, because full disclosure, you know, there's nothing to hide here. After we had Graham Nolan on the Real BBC, Graham contacted us about Patrick, and Patrick made an introduction, and you know, I was legitimately intrigued because of the toy thing. No slight, you know, on Indiegogo campaigns, you know, everyone's got the little add-ons, mugs, keychains, you know, t-shirts, and that's, you know, that's good and everything. But it was very interesting to see somebody that actually had created a toy, particularly considering they are not transformers, but they are alternators. Did you say?
They're just robots. We just call them
robots that do shit, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you actually put this robot together that does stuff, and I just really liked the level of detail that was put in, and like you said, from the back, because the Megatron Masterpiece, before these streams started, we were talking about the Megatron Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Because I've got an IT-01 on the way, which is a fourth party.
Fourth party.
What's fourth
party? Fourth
party is it's a
copy of
party that's been copied by a second party, and then a third party's come in to work, you know, tweak that up, and then a fourth party has tweaked the tweaked up third party. And the Megatron Masterpiece is open at the back. So if you see it from the back, it's actually pretty ugly, because it's completely open, and you see everything, and it's not Megatron.
And in the world of Transformers, we call that kibble. There's lots of kibble in the back.
So this fourth party version that I have, and the reason why I went with a fourth party version is because it actually just provides a plate which goes across the back that covers it all up and makes it look natural.
You're really saying it was fully open in the back, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, just
okay. I'll get some imagery. Just for the chat's benefit, if you're interested in this, I have linked the Indiegogo in the description box down below. I've actually backed this.
Oh,
all right.
And I've backed it to the tune of you have this, but you also had an alternate black version of it.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah, so when we were talking to the toy manufacturer, now the toy manufacturer is called Ramen Toy. If you toy collectors out there, you probably heard of the name. It's a new company that's out, and they come from various third-party companies. They recently did a run of this toy line called 80s Commander, also known as the Centurions. And they also did official Silverhawks action figures as well. They did a Quicksilver and they did a Mumstar. And they jumped on board, and they wanted to help us with this. And that's one of the reasons why it's turning out so refined. But when I was talking to them about the manufacturing aspect of it, I was like, since we've got the machines running, is there a way that we can do an alternating version of it, like a variant, if you will?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it's like there's a certain amount you have to do. Now, I'm a big fan of the shattered glass theme in Transformers. Shattered glass is basically like, it's like the evil Autobots and the heroic Decepticons, which sounds weird saying the heroic Decepticons. But so I wanted to do a version of kind of like a shattered glass of this guy.
You're repping them, for goodness sake.
What's that?
You're repping them, for goodness sake.
Yeah. No, listen, I love 84 Transformers. That's when it was the good stuff. But if you scroll down just a hair, you can kind of see what the stealth version looks like. We do have a stealth cover as well. That's my last Starfire cover.
Ooh,
there we go. So and that's kind of like our take of what you would call shattered glass, although we call it stealth. Now I've been kind of misleading with the comic book because I want the comic book to be exciting for people to read, and this is how this all got started. Now this is fantastic that we're making a toy, it's great. But this all started with a comic, just the way Transformers did, just the way He-Man did, just the way G.I. Joe did. It started with a comic book. And that's kind of one of our mission statements over here at Riot Press. It starts with the source material. So like I wanted to make this dark character. Ooh. There he is, the stealth version. But I just called him the stealth version. I didn't actually tell people what this specifics of this character's role is in this story. So you're gonna have to read it to find out. But I am telling people right now, like we only made 250 of these. So this is a very, if you know anything about like toy manufacturing, getting a number made that small is almost insanity.
Difficult. Yeah.
So these have been going like hotcakes because people people are drawn to black, dark looking characters. You know what I'm saying? Look behind George. Like he's got like Batman, he's got the Joker, he's got so many dark looking figures back there. Like people like that, like they just fell in love with the stealth version. I was actually a little unprepared for it because I like the green version because it reminds me of G2 so much.
Sure.
But so we're just about sold out of the stealth variant. So if anyone's watching this and they're kind of like on the fence about it, I would say grab the stealth like sooner than later because like the green will be around for a second, but the stealth are going to be gone in a millisecond because we're just about
individually they are gone. If you have to get them, I think you have to get them as part of a.
Oh, the double pack. That's the only one that's left now, or the alpha. Like if you, like that top one, that top box is like you basically get everything. You get like you get both bots. You get a T-shirt. You get a glass. You get you get a little Kishi. Do you know what Kishis are? As I know you do, but I'm gonna. It's like this little muscle.
Oh
guys.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know what the name. I didn't know the name though.
We made a special black one for the campaign. It's available in the alpha box, and behind this is also in the alpha box. what's behind it is not a board back. It's actually a mini comic.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, okay.
So it's like we're operating on full cylinders of nostalgia here.
Always be clothing here.
Well, it's called Last of the Seekers, and of course the Decepticon jets were the Seekers.
And this is why you have to read the book, because you might think you know what you're talking about, but because again, like I wanted to throw some curveballs in here. Like I wanted people to make the connections between the Seekers, but the Seekers might not be actually what you think they are. And it's one of those great curveballs. It's like the last page of this issue 1. You find out what a Seeker actually is. And also, Seekers, I did some research, Hasbro, and let's knock on wood, like they're not watching. They never trademarked the name Seekers. It was like, it was just a slang thing that they used here and there. So I was like, you see my little TM up there. I immediately trademarked Last of the Seekers.
Yeah.
And so that baby is mine now. But there is a curveball of what the Seekers actually is, and I think people will be very excited. Now, there's something that we haven't talked about in this story. So this story is all fun. It's for fans of obviously Transformers, even GoBots. I love GoBots.
Yeah.
Voltron, Robotech. If you're a fan of Mask, there's a lot of Mask elements in here too. There's even Knight Rider influence in here. There's also a big Airwolf influence in here as well. But there's also, as far as story is concerned, it's very much so like Iron Giant. When you were scrolling through the comic book pages, you saw that there's a girl that the robot discovers. And he finds this girl. Well, first of all, overall story is this guy is the last robot of his destroyed world. Okay. And what he's doing is he's actually traveling the universe looking for artifacts from his robot planet. He's kind of like an archaeologist. He's very much so like Indiana Jones or Star-Lord, in the beginning of the first Guardians, where he's like looking for artifacts. And he's looking for this artifact that kind of looks like the Matrix. And when he opens it up, there's this hot chick in there in like cryogenic sleeping, and he's like what the heck is this? So basically, the story is about this girl pilot who's an amazing pilot. She's an amazing fighter. I actually based her off of Cara Dune, but she has no memory of where she came from. So her and her robot friend, again, very much so like Iron Giant, are traveling different solar systems, going to different archaeology sites, and they're trying to figure out basically where they both came from. And then, of course, in the spirit of MacGyver or Kung Fu, they have to help out the locals, like whatever solar system they go to, So like I said, as far as nostalgia is considered, we're operating on all cylinders here. It's like I want to strike a chord with everyone, but at the same time, like I'm trying to make some young readers interested. I mean, that's why I did this small little cheap toy with a mini comic. It's like I want kids to pick this up because it's like we had Robotech, we had Voltron, we had Vehicle Voltron, we had Transformers, we had GoBots, we had Gundam Wing, and there hasn't really been a robot thing since. It's like it kind of stopped a little bit at Gundam Wing. I think it's time for something new, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Nice. I mean, the presentation of it is fantastic. I'm really hoping the Alpha box comes in this box, by the way.
Oh, it does. Yeah. No, absolutely.
The kind of complete retro element to obviously how the backs of the G1 would look like. This is very reminiscent of that, which is cool. And obviously
like the big fight scene,
the grid, and yeah. yeah, you'd have your big fight scene, and then you had your two prominents, and then you'd have the rest just like phased back.
If you like the retro box and you got both the robots, you're gonna love the box that it comes in. Because I mean, if you scroll down a little bit, I have examples of what the boxes look like, and again, it's like I'm operating. I call it neo nostalgia. It's new, but
it's really nice looking. I gotta say. Oh.
Now, obviously, the perspective of the jet wouldn't be that's just the computer generation.
Sure.
So it's going to be a little bit more sideways, but yeah, that's what the box is going to look like. And they're also, if you go down to the bottom a little bit more, they're actually numbered. So we're going to do up. Right, keep on going. Right there. So you notice 1 and 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the same type of thing that like Marvel does and Classified G.I. Joe does, and because we're making more of these, this is the ground level of something big. Like imagine like being able to go back and crowdfund Optimus Prime or the first Gundam. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being able to be the first to be there. And something I want to point out is we're doing a very small run. I mean, all together we're doing 1250. That's a very, very small run of a robot. As soon as these are made, these are collector items. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you get them and you wait a couple years. It's not like we're making 30,000 of these. We're making a little over 1,000 of these. So as soon as they're off the line, it's like they're worth more than what we paid for them. So we're doing 1, we're doing 2. There's actually a third one that is being made by this toy company called Agabus. Have you shopped at Agabus before?
No.
Like Agabus is a toy company. It's very similar to Big Bad Toy Store, but they only do Transformers. And it's they're a Midwest company here in the States, and they actually have another version of this guy that I can bring up a little bit later, but he kind of looks like Starscream a little bit. And he's actually number 3. And then we have plans for 4 and 5 already. He's a car. And we're just gonna keep on going. Like we're gonna make smaller guys. Like we're gonna be doing Target Masters next. That we can add on to these guys. Oh, and that's something else that I want to point out. So those of you that are into the mainline stuff, all the blast effects, all the little Target Masters that are made for the mainline, they can. There we go. That's it. Agabus. You can hook those onto our Seeker guy. So all the weapons and stuff that you buy for your mainline figures at Target, Walmart, Big Bad Toy Store, Agabus, you can actually click those into our guy and it'll fit perfectly.
This is sounding a little bit sexy. I'm intrigued. Well, I'm already intrigued because I've already been there and I've already gone through this and made a determination. Yeah, okay, this is something that I think I'd like to get. How long did it take you to do all this, just to set it all up and to come up with the designs? And
well, the designing was an interesting process. So, like I said, I worked for IDW a little bit.
Yeah,
I realized they were dumb. I hate saying it, but they don't hire the best people. It's a good thing that they have investors, because if they didn't, like every time I look at the stocks for IDW, they're always in the red. It's right. Like I have no idea how they're still afloat, but
well, they might not be for much longer by the looks of it.
I don't know, man. It's like I feel like they're just going to be around just because, like, well, I mean, I don't want to go into details about it, but I mean, a big corporation owns them that has infinite amount of money,
right?
And it's like they're just messing around over there. They're trying to push through like the ESG stuff, and that's all that really matters, But anyway, so after I realized that the IDW wasn't going to listen to me, I started to brainstorm on ideas. I originally pitched them an idea of it was basically Hound gets sucked through a time warp and ends up in World War II. And the Seekers, the Jets follow him. So, but when they get to World War II, they're all like World War II jets. So I wanted, and you know what Hound was doing. Hound was looking for artifacts in this story. So I was like, I want to do something kind of like an Indiana Jones type story. So I developed this Indiana Jones robot type of guy. So then I was just gonna make a comic book, you know. Then I came across this guy on the internet. His name is Peter, fantastic guy from Poland. And he was designing his own Transformers and uploading videos of them. And he's this indie guy like me. So I you know, I hit him up and I showed him what I was working on. And I was like, would you be interested? Oh, you found it. Yeah, there he is. That's the Agabus exclusive. Fantastic. And here it's hard to see in the black versions, but on his back he actually has a sniper rifle. It's like slid right down the back.
Yeah.
So I started talking to this guy Peter, and basically, you know, like I learned a little bit about toys again, you know, making the Johnny Phantasm figure. So I understood about plates and about, you know, the tooling and stuff like that. So you know, my first object was, I was like, I don't want a whole lot of paint on this. We're just gonna make it plastic because, you know, I'm learning how to do this. We're gonna add paint later on. Don't worry about it. But it starts off with like a block. I was like, I want to make a spaceship. So he sent me like this weird looking block thing that kind of looked like a spaceship. Like it had wings, like everything was in a right spot, but it didn't look like a toy, you know. And what we did for about 6 months was I would draw on top of the block, and then send him my drawings on top of the block from different angles. And then he sent me another rendering where it's a little bit closer to what I was talking about, and then I draw more on it. And then what he did is he would unfold it, you know, like a puzzle, and then see what it looked like as a robot. And then I would draw on the robot, and then we had to go back and forth so many times where it looks good in robot mode, and it also looks good in alt mode. And that process took a while. And even up until about a month ago, like we made the last revision, like we were still working on it. Like even though, like if you notice, the jet that's in the box right there is a different rendering that's up upstairs, and it's because after Don Figueroa, again the guy who did the box art there, Billy Basco on colors, by the way, a great guy. But after Don did the drawing of it, he actually drew a better robot than we actually made. So we had to actually go back and take some of his suggestions, and we changed it to match more of what his artwork looked like.
Okay.
Again, Don is, you know, world famous, probably the, you know, top 3 Transformer artists in the world. And he just did, he made his shoulders broader, he made his waist thinner. So we went back and we did another revision because, you know, it looked so good. We had time. And then right before we went for tooling, we made the alterations. Now, you know, so that was the process. I mean, it was a long process. It took about a year of going back and forth. Luckily, you know, like I'm kind of a workaholic. I love comic books. I love toys. You know, I love collecting toys. And I have this thing where it's not just about like, hey, I want to make a robot and make some money, because I mean, if you think I'm making money off of this project, you know, I've got some bad news for you. This is a project of love. Now, the second time around that we do some different colors and some different versions of this, we might make a little bit of scratch, but this is a project or a project of passion. Yeah, it's all from the heart, and basically, like what I want to do in the long run is I want to, like the same way that I was inspired by like Transformers or Voltron, I want to inspire someone else 20, 30 years from now to do their own thing and keep the ball rolling, you know?
Well, I hope you make money so you can keep going. I want you to make money and be successful because this looks beautiful. But let me ask you a question. Did this dream start a long time ago, or is this just specifically at IDW? Have you had this like brewing in your heart and your brain?
Well, not the specific idea. Like, you know, like I've always wanted to do a transforming, you know, book, you know, whether it be Voltron. You know, I pitched Voltron stories to Lionforge, you know, again, another group of idiots. But like I've been trying to do a robot story for a long time. I mean, like really, like Transformers was the first thing that I started drawing as a kid, you know. You know, when I was a kid, it was all about G.I. Joe, Transformers, Thundercats, Silverhawks, Mask. You know, those were the things that got me into comic books. You know, like what I would do is I would go down to the local gas station, and then they had, you know, comic books for G.I. Joe, and to my surprise, you know, like the comic books were about Snake Eyes, my favorite character, you know, like in the cartoon, like you'd see Snake Eyes just go past the screen real quick, you know, they never did anything with them. But the comic books, you know, they were smart. They focused on Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. You know, the comic books and Transformers, they focused on Shockwave, my favorite Transformer. You know, it's like the first, there's a mini series, you know, what was it? We Are All Dead. Is that what he lasers on the wall? It's a famous Shockwave
cover. Yeah.
Where he basically kills all the Transformers. He takes off Megatron's head. It's like those comics were so intriguing to me as a kid, because the cartoons were fun and obviously they're animated, so they're moving, so they're attractive to a kid. But you know, Transformer comics at that time were very interesting, and that's what inspired me. I was like, one day I'm gonna do that, you know, and that's today. You know, today we're doing that. Now it's not just me. You know, I'm jamming on this book. You know, I'm doing the story. My good buddy Matt Barr is drawing it with me. We have Kelsey Shannon, who is a veteran in the industry. He's doing some of the colors with me as well. Arvid Nelson, who worked on a book called Rex Monday. He also worked on JSA. He did some Godzilla stuff as well. He's scripting it with me. But we have a nice crew working on this, where I think when people get it, they're going to be very excited. The book and the toy, and you know, that makes me very pleased, because a lot of heart has gone into this. And again, it's like I'm super thankful for Graham hooking us up, because you know, just hearing, because I know you're a Transformers fan. I've heard you mention it, you know, many times. Just hearing that, you know, that this excites you makes me. It excites me and makes me know that I'm doing a good job so far.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, I like my Transformers. When I looked this over, you know, when I saw the toys, I like this. You know, this doesn't look to be some like tat thrown together. You could tell from the way that it was transformed, like you said, the way that you know, when you try and make things as seamless as possible, the back of the legs, the arms, all that kind of stuff, that is detail. That is attention to detail. And that's attention to detail that I really like to see. So yeah, I was legitimately interested about that. And so, you know, I'll give it a crack.
Well,
I'll give it a punt.
Be good, so you can give up your whole trans fixation and move on to some real robot. I gotta say.
I have a quick little video. If you don't
George seems to have gone. That's just a shame. Oh well. Bella, see you next week, George, I guess.
What happened? There he is.
Now these are beautiful. I love the colors and I love what you've done. So let me ask you: are you going to do an entire series? You said there's going to be another one after this, but have you planned out an arc, a longer story, or is this going to be all?
Oh yeah, like this is a line. You know, this is the start of a line. That's why for all my collector buddies out there, getting 1 and 2 is going to be very important, because once we're up to 15, 1 and 2 is going to be going for like $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I have a whole story arc plan for this. It works very well with my stories that I've already done. I've done a book called Ultrastar. This is my hat right here for Ultrastar. I've done Johnny Phantasm. So this whole universe all has something to do with each other. But yeah, I mean, like right now we have 2 cars planned, and then we're working on 2 Target Masters. But yeah, so here's a little.
Oh, that's nice. Oh.
Oh.
Are you going to do animation eventually? Obviously, you're going to do an animated.
Nice. Is it meant to be sound? Because there's no sound.
So here's a nice little turnaround.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll show you the transformation.
Nice.
Very nice.
Damn, it looks good. It does. It looks really, really nice.
Oh.
So our plan is, once we get the comic book out, once we get the toy out, we're actually going to do these little short animated films about 5 minutes long. We have the renders done. Obviously you see the render right here. Like this guy is fully functional. He can move every which way. But we're gonna do little shorts as soon as the toy comes out. And again, starting with comic books, moving to toys. Then the next step is animation.
Wonderful.
And then that's pretty much our model at Riot Press.
No,
comics, toys, animation.
You're
comics,
doing exactly
toys,
what
animation.
You're doing exactly what Az and I and so many more have talked about. Az has talked about it with Gary from Neurotic. Is the creating the alternative media that's going to replace what's currently sitting there and rotting and corrupting everything. This is what people want. So you're building that now.
George, you are 100% right, and that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that Az hit me up, because we are making the alternative business. It's like a parallel universe. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's like you got the stuff that's being run into the ground. It's time for something completely new everywhere. Superheroes, Transformers, like film, animation, video games, because like the people that are in charge right now, they have no idea what they're doing.
Well, no, because they don't care. They were hired as bumper sticker slogans that breathe and go to the bathroom. Their job, they're not making something for the fans. You're making something out of love. So that's number one. Two, you're making it for the customer, for the fans. Like you said, I liked how you said that it was like a new old. It's like you bring everything that was old new again. Because that means classic.
It's neo nostalgia.
Neo nostalgia. I like that better than new. No, I like that. I couldn't remember the word. Neo nostalgia. I like that. I mean, who doesn't want that? We had classic television, classic comics, and entertainment that was engaging to everyone. It didn't matter what you were, what you thought. It was just, there you go, enjoy. And that's what I see there.
Yeah. And again, it's like a lot of these editors that are in charge at Marvel, DC, IDW, they have, they're like 23-year-olds that have degrees in like gender studies. It's like they don't have like an art
IDW.
they don't have an art degree. They don't have a literature degree. They don't have a publishing degree or clue. They don't have a clue. But I mean, it's like it's just these weirdos that are trying to. It's like they saw Spider-Man 2 and they thought it was a good movie, so it's like that's their resume right there,
Wow.
And it's like it's unfortunate. Now, so like I went to the Joe Kubert school. That's kind of how Graham and I are connected. Graham obviously graduated like way before I did. But like I learned about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand how this stuff is supposed to be done. You know, the progression through it. And you know, like my wife and I, we you know, during the pandemic, I was a teacher, so I was a college instructor for about 12 years. I taught at a school called the Ringling College of Art and Design, and you know, all my students went to Pixar, they went to Dreamwave, they went to Hasbro. Actually, the dude who designed this Johnny Phantasm figure, he actually designed the Cara Dune action figure for Marvel Legends. He's done almost all the G.I. Joe line, and I got to a certain point because I mean, like when you're a teacher, and I was doing freelance stuff during, I worked for Wizards of the Coast, I worked for the New York Times, and again during this time I was doing stuff for Archie and IDW, but you know, I was seeing all my students go out and do these great things like Ratatouille, you know, like I like a lot of my students worked on that movie, you know, and I was seeing them doing shots that I showed them how to do because I was, you know, I was a storyboard instructor. I used to teach drawing for computer animators. So I was seeing some of my stuff on screen, and during the pandemic, you know, when everything kind of shut down, I wasn't going to wear a mask in class, and that was kind of that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, I need to just, you know, do this instead of just like helping these students, which I'm happy I helped some of them because all of them went and did great things. I was like, it's time for me to go out there and make this stuff happen.
Well, you saw it.
What's that?
You saw it firsthand. You know, you planted the seed. They went out. They probably looked, hey, well, they're doing it. I can do it, and that's. I know.
Great. I was like, fuck them. I can do it better.
Great going.
No. I love all my students. And you know, I always run. I come across them at toy conventions and Comic Cons, and I'm happy they're doing well. But I'm at that age, where you know the guys who you know revised G.I. Joe in the early 80s, or the guys who put Transformers together. I'm at that age where I have the know-how, you know, and I got the elbow grease, and I got the passion to do it. I'm at that perfect age right now. I'm 25 years old. I'm just kidding. But I'm at that
I was
right
shit
age.
myself if you were.
No, but you do. You're talking about you have all of the experience with all the talent and the heart behind it. So you're not somebody who's just young, dumb, right out of school.
I'm not. Hey. Yeah, I'm not naive, and I'm not old and bitter yet.
Correct. There you go. Well, what did you think? I'm curious. What did you think of the Transformer movies?
Come again?
Michael Bay. What did you think of the Michael Bay Transformer?
Come again?
I'm just kidding. Yeah. I know.
Oh, no, I think they were hot garbage.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But dude, what did you think of the bodies? We're not talking about the story. That was
the bodies, dude. Like when they were rolling around and fighting, I couldn't tell who was who.
Okay.
You know, it was like, and they had such brittle pieces on them. If they were rolling around, they would just shatter. Now, I did think Bumblebee had some redeeming qualities. I thought Bumblebee was pretty good. I liked that they did it in the 80s. I didn't like that the love interest, the male love interest, was limp wristed and really femmy.
Yeah,
like it was so not necessary. But
she was right. She was right to kick him to the curb at the end. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't care about any of the stories. I just liked I really did like the one with Bumblebee, the movie.
Bumblebee had the greatest opening if you're a G1 Transformers fan.
Yeah,
that's the best bit of Transformers on film that we've seen in anything.
If they would have stopped the film right then, I would have been fine with that. I would pay $10 to see it again.
Be that, you know.
Well, you know what was a little disappointing was when they did that Netflix series. I thought it was going to look like that, and it didn't. I mean, the Netflix series was okay. You know, it was it was better than just, you know, normal Netflix stuff. And they had some cool parts. The Skylink's parts in it were very interesting. I thought it was cool how they meshed in the Beastmaster stuff. Because
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that's hard to squeeze in with the regular Transformers, and I thought they did a pretty good job on that. But I still think that they missed the mark a little bit. I think really what it was is they were trying to make too many toys, because that's what that show was about. Like that show was just about making toys, which is okay.
Oh, there was a
I
lot,
like the
mate.
toys, but it was like it was just too much, you know. I think if they would have this taken a deep breath and paced it out a little bit. It's not like I watched it one through, like I won't watch it through again, you know.
Right.
I you know, like it was enough.
Well, I
But
started collecting the toys, but they were just throwing them out at such a rate. I was just like, I can't keep up.
Oh,
I
I didn't know
can't,
you
I can't keep
collected.
up. They're literally just throwing them out, and then there's a variant on the one that you've just got, and then there's you know, it's just like I ended up just going, okay, I'll go with the fans toys. I'll go with the fans
yeah, the
toys
fan
stuff
toys
is,
are easier to get and they look better. Yeah, like my whole thing with the Siege line and then the Earthrise line was I basically wanted to get like all the guys that were on the Ark originally, you know, like
yeah,
I wanted the original
yeah.
crew, I wanted the original bad guys, and then I saw a couple guys here and there that looked good. I mean, you know, like we were talking earlier about the fans toys Jetfire. Where the Siege Jetfire is actually a pretty decent toy. I have the
Yeah, I do
regular
have that. Yeah, it's
and
great.
I have the shattered glass one too, because I thought it was actually decent. Like it was a very it looks good. I put it next to my masterpiece and it looks pretty good. Because he's still bigger than Optimus Prime, like even though
Yeah,
he's part of the Siege line. So like there were some like their Alpha Trion came out really well. But they you know, some things were just unnecessary, you know, some of the like the repaints, and then also, you know, some of the legal stuff, you know, how like Walmart is the only one that can make the tape deck Soundwave.
Oh,
And so it's like if you look for that taped up Soundwave, you couldn't find them anywhere in the stores because people like were flipping them online. I mean,
yeah.
he was $40, but you know, if you go online, he's like $120 now. And Walmart has the rights to that specific tape deck Soundwave, so you can't get them anywhere else. So some of that stuff, same thing with the Bumblebee. You know, Walmart did the same thing with the Bumblebee as well. So some of that stuff I didn't like. This is actually like one of my favorite Siege. It's a G2 Megatron.
oh.
Oh right, yeah.
But I wanna point something out
That's
when
the tank
we're talking.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tank one, and this is
Yeah.
this is a really good toy. But I want to talk about just color schemes. So here's my Seeker. Now you kind of see where I was going, what I was going for. I was going for that G2 type of look. So yeah, we actually have like physical ones of these made. They look pretty good. And here's another comparison. Here's the stealth version next to Megatron.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I like that one. That's my favorite.
And he has the windows in the back of his head. It's hard to see here. So like if the light hits him right, his visor lights up.
Yeah.
And then real quick, I do have a transformed version of him right here. And as one of the stretch goals that we had set on Kickstarter, he came with these cool rocket blast effects. Now we're gonna make these available later. But this is we were trying to do different types of blast effects. You know, like we didn't want to do the traditional
from.
Oh, this is something that our my designer made. It's nice and sturdy. You can add more parts. If I wanted to put more ships down here, you can put more ships. But so this is what our guy looks like right now. Fun blast effect.
Yeah,
so the blast effect's going to come with it as well.
It's part of a stretch goal. If we get to a certain point, we will get there. But if not, I promise it will be available at a very low price later on down the road. So if we don't quite make it, it's not going anywhere. You're still going to get it.
I hear that there's only 3 big alpha boxes left.
What? Oh,
that's awesome. Get on it, guys. I mean, instant like collectibles. You know, as soon as you bought that thing, it's already a collectible.
Well, I just think the whole thing just looks so nice. The way it's all packaged together. You know, it's just nice to see something that just really looks like it's made with so much attention to detail and love. And as you can see behind you, you know, fake geek boy, you know, you got your Transformers behind you. I think if you duck down, I think there's a Rodimus Prime up there. Is there? Oh no, that's Omega Supreme. Omega Supreme
up
yeah,
there, and then I got my Filmation He-Mans up there. I got the old school Transformers collector, or not collector's box, but the toy case for kids up there.
So you're familiar. I mean, that's the thing.
I got my Ninja Turtle stuff over here.
Oh, I can't see those.
Yeah, I like toys. It's weird. It's like I wasn't always like a really crazy toy collector. You know, for a long time, I was obviously a teacher, but I played in a lot of bands. I played in a lot of punk and metal bands. That was kind of, you know, my other profession. You know, I went around and toured with some pretty big bands like you know, Nonpoint or like AFI and stuff like that. So it was weird. Like for a long time, it was like I wasn't like really into toy collecting. Now, when my wife at the time, girlfriend moved in, I was going through some old boxes at my mom's house, and I came across all my old toys. My original Matchbox Voltron, still in the case. I somehow I put it in a case as a kid, and I just put it in the back of a closet, and I forgot about it. And when I was cleaning it out, I was like, oh my God. I was like, it's in mint. It's like, it's so beautiful. But I mean, I found like my old G.I. Joe stuff. I found my old Transformers stuff. And I kind of had this like displayed on my desk as I was drawing. And it started off as, let me get a case and just put them in there. You know, just I had one case in the corner of my studio. And now it always it's completely taken over.
That's the addiction.
You're going to get one hot toy and then 250.
Oh, dude! Like
3 storage units later.
I'm gonna. I now have a storage unit full of toys. Storage unit, because this house turned into a fucking warehouse.
Hey, I just
toys and I couldn't move. I was sleeping with plastic tubs and new toys on half of the bed.
You should get like a tray, like one of those blister trays. You just sleep in the tray at night, like a big one.
Well, I told him last week. I told him last week. But see, now I'm down to 1 storage unit. I had 3. I've cleared them all out. It's just 1. But that's how it starts, 1 at a time.
Well, it's funny, like you bring up Hot Toys. Like Hot Toys, that's a dangerous, slippery slope. I don't have one yet. But when I start,
you gotta get 1.
Hot Toys, I might as well just start doing heroin at the same time.
I think Yellow Flash was in the chat earlier. Not too sure if he's still here, but Yellow Flash was in the chat earlier, and he DM'd me the other day, and he'd got his first hot toy.
Oh, it's over now.
Christmas, and I was just like,
here we go.
What did he get?
He got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
But it's not only hot toys.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's a sought after one, yeah.
Start with a hot toy, and then all of a sudden it expands the world, and you're like, hey, there's this other company, and you're like, I wonder if I could make this. Then you find somebody else has made it, and then it took me straight into statues, and so on and so on.
I actually like the Mondo Master of the Universe stuff.
Yeah,
like that stuff is pretty sexy. But again, it's like once we start, it's all over. Oh man, look at that.
That's just arrived. That's not its final home. That was just me putting it together. But yeah, this from XM Studios.
Yeah.
Rodimus Prime is just because when I saw the Galvatron one was coming out, I was like,
you gotta get that. The Soundwave.
He can't have Galvatron on his own. You know?
Yeah. The Soundwave one that they have is really good as well.
And there's a couple of absolutely outstanding Starscreams as well. I need to win the lottery. I need to do something. I need a bigger place where I can just put all of these things in, because it's just getting crazy. And on my bedroom, on the my chest of drawers, my clothes drawers, on the top, I've just got these stats. I've got Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Catwoman, Black Canary, Huntress, Bane at the end there. And it's just, downstairs, Siri, Triss, across on the other cabinet that I've got, Ken the Eagle from Gatchaman. It's just amazing, just where to put them. But speaking of Transformers, and you did just mention him because you were speaking about Jetfire. This was the fourth party Optimus Prime that I picked up.
Wow. Who?
Look at those legs.
Look at those sexy legs. Long.
I know it sounds so fun. It's so geek. Like he does have sexy motherfucking legs. You know what I'm saying?
They're great.
And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just like the whiteness of the legs is very tune accurate, but also the proportions, like the portions of how his knees is a little bit thinner and then it gets fatter. It gets to his foot. It looks like the cartoon.
Yeah, and this is why I'll go for third party, I'll go for fourth party, is because I really want them to be as tune accurate as possible. Yeah, and getting the white legs and the white waistband, and then cinching. I know this is going to sound like a bloody drag show. Cinching in the waist, don't have that bulky waist, cinching that in, and then the back is just totally covered. And he comes with multiple heads. He actually has a panel which will just click onto there.
Oh, it's damaged.
And that will be the damaged panel. Yeah. And then he has the death head, the damaged head. Mm-hmm. Then he has a slightly where the antenna are separate from the fins. Mm-hmm. So you got the slightly separate head that they did as well. And then the rocket pack on the back.
Yeah, the rocket pack is great.
The rocket pack on there, but this is just.
Did he come with the Starscream head?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he comes with a Starscream head, comes with the axe. It was just an absolute hell of a buy. And I picked it up for about 120, which for that is
there's no trailer with that, right?
No trailer with that, no. I do have the transforming Optimus Prime in my bedroom. The voice activated auto transforming.
You're driving me crazy with that.
That's deep. That's deep.
Oh, George, you're going to walk out when I show you something in a minute.
Like next to my desk for a third party is a New Age.
Now,
like I love the crazy colors.
Yeah.
But so like earlier in the broadcast, I was talking about legend scale. Now you have masterpiece scale, which as was just showing. And then you have mainline, which is last as Seekers, but this is what you call legend scale. So he's a little bit tinier, but I just love this wacky color scheme just so much. And here's a little comparison of these robots. So here's my robot versus theirs.
Oh.
This guy, $130. This guy, $85.
There you go.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, but I had these because I mean you can kind of see where my influence went with the colors. Like I like like the 90s really bright colors.
Right.
A little bit blitzwingy as well.
It pops. But let me ask you, are you going to use any die cast to give it extra weight in any of the robots?
It's
curious as an engineering point of view.
I would like to get there. Like we were talking about fans toys. Like my fans toy Shockwave, he has metal feet, which is the only thing that's metal on him, and it kind of gives him some weight. It's really up to Ramen Toy. Again, that's the factory that makes my toys.
That's the FT03, isn't it? The Shockwave. The FT03.
Yeah. And I it's really up to them because they're kind of like my toy managers. So it's like I kind of refer to them. It's like what's best, and they tell me what's best. So when they started doing diecast, I will start doing diecast. So it's really up to them. But they've been a really great company. If you guys haven't heard of them, like go check them out. Ramen Toy. They do a mean Silverhawks. If you like the Centurions from the 80s, they do a good version of the Centurions as well.
Oh yeah, man! Holy cow! Yeah, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah. They're
the ones with the holographic.
No, that's Visionaries.
Oh,
Visionaries is good too. I love Visionaries. I've got a small collection of vintage Visionaries, but those are pricey. I remember going to KB Toy Store like I was a kid and getting those for like $1.99 on sale. And I remember buying a bunch of them. I liked them. They were made by Kenner, and they were kind of like they were a little bit bigger than GI Joes, but they were pretty cool. But the cartoon never took off.
No.
So it's like so it just they kind of just went away. But same thing with the Centurions. Like a lot of people miss that stuff. People remember Thundercats, they remember Silverhawks, Centurions, Visionaries, not the Bionic Six. A lot of those properties like people don't remember as well. I do because I'm a dork. But
so we're at you're in safe hands here. We're all freaking massive nerds here, mate.
Good.
Did they do the Silverhawks? Because I'm looking up Ramen Toy because I see 2 or 3, and I'm trying to find the right one.
Yeah, they did Quicksilver.
Okay.
They did Monstar. And then they did all 3 of the Centurions, and they're doing a new one right now. There was a Native American Centurion that was never made, and they're making him right now.
Oh.
They're making. Oh, and they're also doing they're doing Mask as well now too.
Oh God, I love Mask. I've always
I got an OG couple of Mask pieces.
I mean, if you like Mask, definitely check out. It's called like Red Gullwing is what they're calling it. But they're doing a new improved version of the Thunderhawk, and it's like it's just like it looks fantastic. And it's a decent price. I think it's like 120, but it's beautiful, So like all the conventions that I'm doing, I'm kind of teamed up with Ramen. Like we're going to Joe Fest. We're going to PowerCon, we're going to TFCon, and we're going to DesignerCon, and that's going to be Riot Press and Ramen Toy together. So we're going to be doing all those conventions together, just trying to get our toys out there. Like we're both relatively new companies, but I feel like we make pretty good products, and I think when it comes to Magic Square and Fans Toys and all those third-party companies, I think we're going to give them a run for their money, but we're making original IPs too. It's like we're not just doing third-party. And when I first reached out to Ramen Toy, that was the thing that I said to them, because they were making third-party stuff, and I was like, what you're doing is great. I'm like, do you guys have any interest in making an original IP? And they were like, yeah, what do you got? I showed them the Seeker, and they were like, let's do it. They're like, that's perfect. So they've been very helpful, very understanding. They're from Singapore. Great bunch of good group of guys. And I'm honored just to be working with professionals that are, I mean, they would fit right in with us because they have a thing for toys and a thing for nostalgia. Like their whole thing is nostalgia.
Okay. Well, that sounds perfect, because I mean, Singapore, that's also where XM was founded, XM Studios.
Which I just got my Rodimus Prime from.
Oh, and
speaking of
XM, I have I told you I ordered my first 2 Transformers. One.
Yeah, what did you order? What did
you order?
I ordered. You want me to show you?
I
ordered the FT05 Soar from Big Bad Toy Store.
The FT05, Fans Toys 05.
That's the sea spray.
That's the sea spray, which I've got right there.
Okay.
Great one.
No, you got it right there. And then I ordered. I found through a friend of mine.
Oh, dude, this is my next purchase.
For Fans Toys. Look at that.
Got to make sure it's on the blue as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really. When I saw it, I was like, because because I have all the original. I liked the statues from the Michael Bay movies, so I had bought them all over the years. Didn't like the movies, just like the statues. But then when started showing me these, I was like, wow, it's just like what I grew up with.
Swoop is a big boy as well. This is going to be quite a big one.
He's got a big wingspan. Man, George, like when you go in, like you're going in deep, like you're jumping in the deep end.
Oh yeah, and then
don't fuck around.
And then my friend who has that company I've told us about, Specs Fiction.
Fiction, yeah.
Well,
that's where I got my XM Studios Rodimus Prime from.
Well, so I'm gonna wait till this other surprise. But I got because XM is putting out the Optimus bust.
Yes. Are you shipping it directly to me?
Oh no!
You forgot to put your address in.
So I can't wait. So no, I really like the fan toys, but a lot of them that I found when I was going through Big Bad Toy Store they're all sold out. So I have to find that out from you.
Yeah, they go real quick. They go pretty quick.
Actually, can you bring that back up for one more second? I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like bring that back up and type in at the top search. Type in Johnny Phantasm.
PH or
H?
Yeah, PH. There we go. So
you go.
Big Bad Toy Store, great company. They're already carrying our toys.
Oh wow!
Oh man, we're like selling out.
Yeah, sold out.
Who is
this? So
I don't know.
Like I'm a huge advocate.
That royalties check over quick.
Big Bad Toy Store is a very good company, and they're on our side. They don't like what's happening with a lot of mainstream media right now. I've talked to them personally, and I always say that they're on our side.
Call us, dude. Email us.
Is this like Ghost Rider?
It's kind of like
Phantasm.
No. Is it like in the spirit?
Oh. No. He's kind of like my version of the Joker.
Like
the whole Johnny Phantasm story is basically like the Batman animated series, but from the perspective of the Joker.
Okay.
And the Batman in our story, he's called the Scarlet Heart. He's almost looked at as like the bad guy.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of like my play on that stuff. But you will see the Seekers over at Big Bad Toy Store, but they will be more money. So that's why it's important to get on it now. What is this thing?
This is the
don't tell me
Robot Paradise Soundwave. Fourth.
Don't tell me it's there.
But I picked this up recently. I showed it off, and this is absolutely insanely good. And I got all the cassettes to go with it.
Wow!
Even the bat.
Hey. Oh yeah. No. Right. The Rumble Frenzy.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get the bat.
Who's the one with the pylons? I forget his name though. The cassette that's with in the one he has the pylons.
This is
Rumble.
You can Rumble. You got Rumble, Frenzy, Laserbeak, and Ravage.
Yeah.
So you can actually put. So it's got these mods that you can actually put those on as well. You can change the head to be aligned with the toy head.
He's got
little
decal stickers on him too, which make him look more like the toy. You see on his knees?
Yeah.
Oh, that's. I want to talk about that in a second.
The toy version, and this is the animated. So this is how I've got it for the tune.
Can you blow it up a little, ass?
Yeah. No problem.
Because that's beautiful. See, you have great taste. That's the problem is you're getting me addicted to new stuff.
Yeah, well, shit happens, don't it, George? Yeah, no, but it's like a junkie. It's like a junkie saying, "Hey, let's get some crack together and go around the corner and smoke it up."
Yeah, but you're introducing me to new drugs.
I need a friend to smoke some crack with me.
We're gonna move drugs. I'm trying to move from crack to meth.
Yeah.
So.
No, but that's the Robot Paradise one, and I recommend you pick that
Robot
up.
Paradise. That's Fans Toys, right? That's still Fans Toys.
That's the fourth.
No, it's using the Fans Toys mold.
Yeah. But I'm saying
party.
But they gave it to them. It's like yeah. So there's some companies that do that. It's like you'll see something and it's like, wait, that looks like Magic Square, and but it's like Magic Square's like sister company. Magic Square is actually one of my favorite third-party toys. Actually, hold on, I'll grab something out of my case that you guys will appreciate.
I got it. I will ship the bus to you.
Yeah.
If you ship the Optimus to me.
Wait. What? Oh. Well,
I've been looking for that everywhere.
I know. Let me ask a friend, George. Let me ask a friend. So Colinar Spock. What do you think, Colinar Spock? Should I do George? George.
He left.
George.
He's mad.
Oh, I think his internet must have gone down. Oh no.
Sorry, I'm having a little problem with the service.
Oh, I know, it's terrible. Oh, I'll just put Colinar Spock next to Motion Picture Kirk. If you don't, if that's okay, don't worry.
Oh yeah, they go together.
Is George anti, or is he overly excited?
No, no. I'm in the UK and I get them before he does.
Oh,
so he gets mad.
Fucking way.
Here's my Magic
Square.
Yes. Optimus Prime.
Who makes that?
And he's got
nice.
So like he's got that nice silver paint on him, like, which I thought was kind of cool. He doesn't have the white legs, but the silver does the job. I like the translucentness of this, and I like, of course, you can see in his chest, you can see the matrix. And then the back looks pretty good too. I know it sounds funny, a bunch of 3 grown men talking about the backside of a transformer.
I know,
but I mean, but the back looks pretty good. It's pretty cleaned up, and he also comes with the jetpack as well, and the Starscream head.
Oh, really?
But this thing is sometimes
who makes that? Who makes that?
This is Magic Square.
Magic Square. Oh, there's yours. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be a pissing contest.
Yeah, we're in a pissing contest now.
Let me open up my Matrix. I don't think I've ever opened this up before.
You clearly haven't got the touch. You haven't got the power.
I have to do a little bit of surgery here on this guy. Come on, I'm not going to force it. I don't want to break it on screen.
Does that light up, As?
This doesn't light up. This one, no.
Because very nice. Or does it come out? Does the Matrix come out?
I think you probably could take the Matrix out. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I like
sometimes when I get a little too much to drink, I walk around and I pretend like this guy's an Oscar, and I'll just do speeches.
Just like to thank everyone for watching Hot Toys, voting Hot Toys best toy show. Woo! We did it.
You have to get an Optimus Prime now too, George.
No, I know. That's what I've been. See, the Optimus Prime that I wanted was the Hasbro Lab one. And now I'm looking for another one, but that's not available. So I'm trying to find an Optimus, like one of the 2 that y'all have, because those look very nice.
They've done a new version. It's up on the HasLab's UK site now.
Not on the US.
And it's a slightly smaller, but they've got rid of the red square from the back. So it is just his head now. So they managed to refine it, but going all nostalgic again. Here's one of the fans' toys to show off today. We got a little bit of Hoist.
Oh,
yeah.
Very
and
nice.
I absolutely freaking love the fans' toys articulation is incredible. It's obscene. Yeah. You can put them in such great little poses and action poses, and a lot of them now are starting to come with. Hoist. He's got a very unique head, but a lot of the ones that have full features are coming with interchangeable portraits of different emotions now. So you can really do, like, I've got my Brawn, like, and then I've got my who was it? I think it's my Huffer. I've got my Huffer, like,
Oh, I haven't seen that.
So that's the Hoist.
It looks.
I have this thing.
Got some. It's got some chunk.
The back looks great.
Diecast.
I have this thing. Like, I love orange plastic. I don't know what it is about orange plastic, but I love it.
I mean, it's because the Tonka toys that we grew up with.
Maybe that would explain a lot.
Orange. Yeah, because I like the orange.
Trailblazer,
orange and black. Yeah.
Is that Fans Toys too?
This is Fans Toys too, yeah.
It's interesting. It looks a little bit
there's
different.
a Masterpiece which has just come out as well. But I went with the Fans Toys because the Fan Toys tend to have more die-cast And the
Right.
Yeah, they do.
masterpieces tend to just be plastic.
Yeah.
And I do like that. For want of
What's
a better
interesting
word,
about that is
robustness.
that's very tune accurate. Where like
Look at that.
traditionally, Hoist and Trailblazer are the same mold, but
Yes.
he doesn't have those little arm pieces that come out.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
There's a
actually
couple-
more
there
tune
was-
accurate.
Yeah, because there was like Sunstreaker and Sideswipe brothers, both Lamborghini Countashes, but they both transformed differently.
Yeah. Sunstreaker, his feet were the hood of his car.
His feet were the hood of the car. Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
they possibly have a wheel jack? Because I would love to have a wheel jack.
Yes, there is a Wheeljack fans toy coming. Either next year or 2024.
I always
But
like
it's it's on the slate.
A lot of people
and
didn't like him. I like Wheeljack.
Wheeljack's got a really good, unique look about him, and I got the Fortress Maximus head.
Oh,
on the hope that they are going to do the body.
I think they're gonna do it. I mean, I think with Unicron, I think it showed that there was a market for that size of a robot.
That's gonna be huge, huge.
But also like the Fortress Maximus could actually be used as like a display case. You know, you could just kind of display your guys on them. You know what I'm saying? Fortress Max, that's a new company too. Like, what are they called again? I forget the name of the company that's making that. It's like the only thing that they've made.
Well, I know Fans Toys are doing it because they've released.
No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the Metroplex.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm going Fortress Maximus.
You know,
have you seen the Metroplex?
No, but I'd really like to now.
give me 2 seconds and I'll find
it.
Yeah.
That would be great if they could make a nice stand, a Cybertron stand.
Thank God I'm having a fuck ton more Moji cases put in soon.
Yes.
Because these boys they gotta be displayed. But yeah, there's just so many great third party, fourth party that you can really get.
Do you hear that?
Your nostalgic vision of how you liked your Transformers. I'm desperate for a Fans Toys Sideswipe because Sideswipe was the very first Transformer that I bought. Still got it, smashed to pieces.
You smashed it to
don't
pieces.
care. Oh, because it just got played with and played with.
Oh.
When you're a kid, you're bashing your toy. The fighting and the bashing and the arms fall off and all that kind of stuff.
I used to light them on fire, like they were coming in the atmosphere.
Nice.
Yeah, didn't I?
That is fucked in the end, and I loved it.
Well, no, it'd be in the backyard and it'd be like, we're coming in. You're a kid. You're like, my mother, of course, didn't. She's like, you're going to burn the whole backyard down.
It's funny. Like I see this guy like a million times a day, and now that I'm looking for him, I can't find him. No, there's a new company that's making a Metroplex he's 4 feet tall.
Yeah. Well, that's what it looks like. Fortress Maximus is going to be like 3.5 foot, probably, maybe slightly, but it's going to be Fortress Maximus is going to be fucking ginormous.
Yeah.
But where are you going to put it as?
I'm going to put it. I can put it in my fucking bed, mate. I don't care. It's
next to it.
Coming home. I got Galactus sat in the corner like a naughty boy at the minute. God bless his cotton socks. It's not my cat. It's not my cat that's making the noise. It's Patrick's.
Yeah, my cat, she's elderly, and every once in a while she kind of just goes through these yelling spats. So
my cat just does that anyway. Did you see the recent X-Trans Toys Ultra Magnus? This is what I picked up a few weeks ago.
That's great. Actually, Ultra Magnus is probably like my favorite good guy.
I've always loved the look of the Ultra Magnus. Always.
Well, like when I was younger, I just missed Optimus Prime. I was like, it was slightly out of my age range to get a toy that price. Rookie. So, but I was able to get Ultra Magnus. So Ultra Magnus was basically like my Optimus Prime. I just treated him like he like. But I have a few I have a Magic Square Ultra Magnus. You know, I got a couple of the Siege ones. I got the OG one. But I like Ultra Magnus a lot. And some of the third-party stuff, especially when they put him in like his Cybertronian mode. You know, like some of the third-party companies do a really great job on his like Cybertronian alt mode.
Yeah, because I always wanted an Ultra Magnus that had articulation. You know, because I love the character. The G1 very block with no articulation. And obviously, I got older and I wasn't picking up the G1s, and you couldn't even find the G1s anyway if you wanted to. But
so you wanted him to be able to move his hands.
Well, I wanted him to move. I wanted him to be able to do this pose.
I like it. I like it. It's very.
He's ready for action. He's getting there. You know. So to
do they come with stands? Because it's going to be my.
No, this doesn't need a stand. I've got this.
No, I know it doesn't, but I'm saying, do they come with one? Like
certain ones do.
Okay.
Certain ones do. Depending on which ones you're getting. Ultra Magnus didn't.
Yeah, you can.
Some of the flying ones tend to come with a stand, so you can put that on. My Galvatron, which is up there, the toy version of Galvatron, fan toy version. So the color scheme that comes with a stand that inserts into the crotch. Ouch! So you can you can get him pretty dynamic in that. Which is pretty damn.
You know what though? It's like we're ruined now for a second. It's like after we saw Patrick's, I like the jet effects. It's like everything should have those jet effects. I really love those.
Oh, can you share my screen real quick?
Yeah.
So here's a picture. Now, Titram Hanger is a really good toy YouTuber. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out. But here's his review of someone else's review. But this is the Metroplex.
Wow.
Is this a prototype or is this out?
Like Toys is the name of the company. And this is the first thing that they made. So they're probably like a sister company to something else.
Wow.
But I mean, this is. I would think that this would probably be like $1,000 at the end of the day. I'm not. I'm not sure, but I mean, it looks like a small child.
Yeah, of course. It looks like a 1/1. I mean,
so I'll just throw the small child away and keep the Metroplex.
Very nice. Yeah.
When?
Oh, wait, here's
this is 48 inches tall. It looks taller than that, but
and it also, I don't know if they show it here, but it lights up too.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the $6 million man. It's like, we've got the technology. Let's do it.
Just book and build it. You know? Yeah, actually, that looks about 48 inches tall.
Right here. I'll pause it right there. Look at that.
Damn.
Can we get the guy? Can you scroll it till the guy is in the frame with him in the robot?
With
the transform. I just want to see the size again. Oh, when he was standing, I thought he was. Oh,
hold on. There's him coming. There we go. Look at that.
There it is. Oh.
So it's like belly high, chest high, maybe a little bit if you're a shorter guy. But yeah, I mean, that's a serious thing. But what I like about it is, I can kind of use this as a display. Like I can open up some of these little openings, and I can put guys on his shoulders, and I can kind of use him as like a display piece. It's weird. It's like how some of these toys are coming out. Like the Thunder Tank. The Thunder Tank from Super 7. It's like I don't know where I'm gonna put it. It's like I have no idea.
You mean
it's like
on Sideshow?
No, Super 7.
Super 7.
Super 7 Thundercats Thunder Tank. Yeah.
Is that the one on Sideshow site?
Yeah. It's on Sideshow. Yeah, for pre-order.
Okay.
It's like it's so big. It's like I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it was one of those things that like I knew as soon as it came out and I didn't have it, I was gonna hate myself, you know. So it's like at least I can have it and hate myself a little bit less, you know. But yeah, it's great.
I've ordered it, paid for it when it came up for pre-order.
Yeah,
I'm gonna love myself more for getting it.
That's the one that it has also the transparent canopy, so you can go underwater.
Well, a couple of the Super 7 Thundercat toys arrived the other literally a couple of days ago. The alternate Lion-O and Bengal.
Oh, I haven't seen the alternate.
Yeah, I got. You can't see it, but I have like two shelves dedicated to Thundercats. Thundercats, another one of those great lines, you know, that you know, back in the day, the LJN versions of them in my mind were better than what they actually were. When you go back and see them now, they're pretty awful. So I'm so happy that Super 7 like did them justice, you know, like Super 7 really made them look like the cartoon.
Great company.
Yeah. They're good guys. And they're fans of Johnny Phantasm, so I like them even more.
Nice. Yeah, it's a bit mental. We've kind of really sort of waffled on about stuff that we could talk for hours about. I'm going to go into the super chats and bring the chat into the equation now. So if you've got any questions or queries or anything really, reminiscence, but I want to know where to get that Metro. Somebody tell me where I can buy that Metroplex because I want it.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Is it still in? Is it still in sort of production at the moment? Or
yeah.
Okay.
There's no pre-order yet, but they're doing it. It's not like Fortress Maximus. Like they're not starting with the head. They're just doing the whole shebang. You know, the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fortress Maximus Headmaster ×2, Metroplex not a Headmaster. So yeah, he can just have his. I did see that there's alternate portraits for the head as well. So that's pretty cool. So your boy Gimli has been a Force sensitive for 8 months and says, "Hello, George. You have a beautiful soul."
Thank you.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Someone started that rumor.
I know. Who was it? I don't know. Some twat probably.
Some guy across the pond.
Robert Wiles with a $5 says, "Wish I could do more, but I bought my niece some games yesterday for a Christmas gift." Good.
Hell yeah.
Niece comes first. And my mum surprised me with an Xbox S and gift card for Darktide. Nice. Darktide, great game. I do sneak on it when I'm off stream, by the way. Just saying.
I'm going to be right back, guys. I got to get something.
Yeah. Joseph the Gamer 15 with a $2 says, "Will you do respond videos?" I need the context of that. Respond to what? Will I do respond videos? I have no idea. I need more context, Joseph. You don't have to send another super chat, but if you put it in the chat, so I get some context on what that means, I'll appreciate it. 10-ton battle with a Force sensitive for 6 months says, "I know little of toys, but have nothing but love for Az, George, and the Fellowship, so I'm here for it. Bring forth copy. Hail Patrick and hail chat." Thank you, 10-ton man. You could just sit back and appreciate.
Yeah.
Maxim M has been a Force sensitive for 12 months for a year, and they say, "Az, have you seen / pre-ordered Game Toys Tifa and Aerith?" No. Let's have a look at this. Let's just Google Game Toys Tifa and Aerith.
Some of their names, like that they call them, is misleading sometimes. You know, I like it's like a character, you know, but they give it such a weird name.
Yeah. I'm not seeing. I do have like third party Tifas, and I do have the Play Arts Kai. I actually have something stuck in customs at the moment, which is going to be great to show off because I've had a custom built 7th Heaven from Final Fantasy VII.
Ah,
made. to the scale of the Play Arts Kai figures. So it's currently in customs. It's been stuck there for a while, but fingers crossed they'll get it released soon, please. But yeah, that's been going on for a while now, so it's
Final
so great
Fantasy
that it
7,
has.
the best one.
My favorite's 10.
Yeah,
my personal favorite's 10. Yeah, it's just got really.
I think
story.
7 was just like that right time of my life. You know, it was just it was very pleasant, and I mean at the time, like I couldn't believe the graphics. You know, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, that was when they're really starting to play with the more 3D esque instead of 2D esque. So yeah, the sort of jump in terms of technology from Final Fantasy 6 to 7 was massive. You know, even though 6 is great and beloved and all that, just the visual. Oh yeah. DB with a £1.79 says, "Will there be a Street Hawk robot?" I don't know.
A Street Holt robot. What does that mean?
Street Hawk. Street Hawk. That was the bike, wasn't it? Street Hawk.
Oh, Street Hawk. Will there be a Street Hawk bike? Well, I mean, I would like to make a motorcycle robot. I mean, I've always liked like the motorcycle transformers. So I mean, that's definitely on the table. I mean, I can, as you're going through super chats, I'll grab what's coming up next on the platter for Riot Toys. But I mean, like we are working. We're new, so it's like we're starting off with this thing, and we're focusing all our energy on making this as perfect as we can. Now, what we did with the Seekers robot is with the tooling is we made extra parts. So when we go to make another run of the jets, some of them are going to have different heads. Some of them are going to have different wings. So we took care of all that tooling all at once. So like we're slowly going to get there, but I'll show you what's next on the menu.
Ooh. I got a lot of love for all the Final Fantasies, guys. You know, it is like Sophie's choice, picking your favorite. Doesn't diminish any of the others.
So, you know, if you're making jets, obviously the next thing that you have to make are cars.
Oh yes, now you're talking.
So here's and again, same thing. Like we're gonna do a couple different versions of them, a couple different colors. Oh,
whoop!
They're sturdy. Don't worry, guys.
Prototype.
No, they're fine.
The prototype.
But here's, I mean, this is what's next on the menu are these cars, and you can see like
nice.
what like with the feet, how the feet are spoilers.
Yeah.
Like
from the spoilers,
we're trying to do something different. You know, it's like we're not trying to just do what Hasbro does. Like this idea of the foot being the spoiler, that hasn't been done before. That's something new that we're trying to do. And then you'll notice the size of this gun. This is going to be eventually. This is going to be a robot. This is going to be a target master. But it also plugs into him. Like when he turns into a car, it's his engine as well.
Nice.
So this is what's next on the menu for us. And then
I love the one on the right. Like, loving that blue and yellow and white.
Yeah. I mean, it's like trying to pick like what cat is my favorite. I can't decide. You know, it's like I like them all. But the blue one is very appealing. I like the color red. But motorcycles, I think, will definitely be there in the future because why not? You know, why not?
Yeah. Keep your options open.
Something I wanted to point out that I didn't get to mention about the campaign was we reached a special stretch goal. So everyone's gonna get like this sticker sheet like this. So if you want to put stickers on your robot to make him look more retro, he's gonna come with like a sticker sheet, so you can kind of you know, make them like if I know some people are getting two, so you can have one just the normal, and then you can have like a retro looking one. This stretch goal has already been made, and then also like we do this thing in Riot Press where you get these things like they're poker chips, but we call them space tokens in the Seekers world. So everyone, if you buy a comic book or if you buy a toy, you're going to get a space token already. So those are the stretch goals that have already been reached. I wanted to mention that, by the way.
Well, the big alpha boxes are all sold out.
Good. That makes me very pleased. Thank you, Az, for your help.
And you are just under 700 short of 50,000 now.
Sweet. Amazing,
so
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. I'm stoked that I'm stoked that there's people out there that like new ideas. And that are thirsty for something new. Again, we're definitely playing to the heart of the nostalgia, but it's important to make something new for the future because we can't just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Like it's time for a new robot. And I think Last of the Seekers is going to be that.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Yeah, well, that's I can't get a big bad box now. Thanks, chat. I got the two. It's like 2 comics, 2 robots. One. That's the one I went.
Yeah, and you'll get 2 sticker sheets, and you'll get all the add-ons. Yeah. So you'll get all that stuff.
Stretch goal. Yeah. Now let's get the. I want those. Rob Altus. I want the.
What?
Oh, the blast effect. Yeah.
Yes.
I like the blast effect. I really loved also the stand. You've got to provide that stand.
Yes.
That
you guys like to stand, huh? Like
come on. It's like how difficult it is to find a stand for flying figure, and that looks nice.
We've actually been trying to figure out a way to make the stand a little slimmer, but you guys like this, huh?
I like that exactly.
I like it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
It looks like it's stable as well. The way it seems to be really stable.
It's super stable. I mean, one of the things I like about it is because this clip thing that's right here, you can clip and put arms out, so you could put like you could put like
if you could have a couple.
Together,
exactly. Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome.
And you know what else I like? It's black. My favorite color. I don't like the translucent ones. I don't know why the translucent stands that you see.
They're brittle.
Yeah, but it's not my favorite. No, it works. It's just I'm talking about what I love the black because it also is like a work of art. It looks like a work of art, not just something.
Actually, George, I think they prefer the stand of color, not black. You don't want to offend any stands out there.
It's a sock. It's a sock.
I like it. And those blast effects. God.
Yeah, the blast effects look. I legit think they look fucking awesome.
Well, the blast effects. Either in this campaign as we power on again, like we only have a couple days left on this. But like the blast effects, either as a stretch goal or later on will be available. I mean, and they're not. It's like if we sell them later on, like they're not going to be expensive. They'll probably be like $10.
Yeah.
So it'll be something that someone can just pick up on a whim. Just like I want the blast effects. But we actually have the blast effects, and so with the green and purple and black version, he has a purple blast effects. Mm-hmm. And with the stealth version, he comes with a red orange blast effect.
Oh yeah.
So there's 2 different kinds. So I mean, regardless if we get to that point now, they will be made because people have responded pretty well with them. And I'm excited you guys like to stand. Like I'm gonna talk to my people and to see if we can get those stands made too.
I mean, even outside, just because I run a business, even for outside of this line, you know how many people just love stands for their collections.
Yeah,
I mean, stands sell like crazy when you can find them good. I want that for the figure.
You have a flying figure, and it doesn't come with a stand. So your flying figure is on the ground.
Worthless.
You know, you want it up there.
It's
you want
torture.
it on a stand. Yeah, it's like, come on.
It's like even Hot Toys, when they put out whenever they put out the Iron Man armor, there was the one, you remember when he transforms in the first Avengers film when he's jumping right out of the tower after Loki is there?
Yes.
Okay. They released that. I forgot which number it was, where the armor
was the Mark 7.
Was it where it starts to transform? But the stand was just shitty. Now I was like, look at that stand that you just had. I was like, that is a stand. Besides the blast effect. But Mr. Tickle Trunk mentioned something. You know, the blast effect, I use it also for firing from a weapon. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Gun blast effect. Because y'all did that spot on. I mean,
the Optimus comes with a couple of blast effects as well. That Optimus that I have, so you can actually put one in the gun, so that so those
and then the jetpack too, right?
You can put the jetpack on him, yeah.
You can put
them in the jetpack, and then you could no stand though. But if you had a stand, you could have one in each in the jetpacks, but you can also put it into the gun as well. So
I love everything you're doing.
Functionality is great to have.
Love everything you're doing, Patrick. Love it. Support it.
Thank you.
Rob Altis with the $5 says, "As have you received your Prisma figures? My friend who produced them said all orders shipped. Got mine on the 24th. I haven't got mine yet. No. Really desperate to get them because that was a toy crowdfunded project which supported The Prisoner, the 60s TV show. For like, I think the first time ever they actually got a license to produce figures for it. So they've got these lovely sort of retro Kenner-esque figures that they're doing. Great stuff. Freedom Bug with a $10 says, I really love the design of Shockwave in the Transformers movie series. Do y'all have a movie accurate transformable Shockwave? I still buy them at my 30s. They are my stress ball. I'm in the 40s.
They have one. Here, I have one sitting right here. I'll show it to you.
Yes, have a look.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his cabinet.
Stint, I'll go on with while he's doing that. Stint with a $5 says, Ba we grana we nini bong. What's that from, George?
I don't know.
That's from Transformers the movie. And that's Wreck, what's it called? Wreck Ball or something like that. One of the junkies. Oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah.
It
again,
really
apart from mine's the metal, not white. Yeah.
Wow.
In the your white. Because the 3-0 did metallic versions of these.
Yeah, 3-0 is pumping out a lot of them.
That's the one I've got. Yeah.
Thank
you.
This is a good mainline purchase right here. I mean, as far as like budget is concerned, Now, apparently George is a high roller, but if you're not a crazy high roller, then this is the one for you.
I like that.
Yeah,
but I can see what y'all are talking about,
like,
the legs, because this is new for me. It's like I've collected for years, but Az is now getting me into the more of these Transformer lines. But I can see what y'all are talking about with the legs, Optimus, and
another size comparison of mainline Transformers versus mainline Riot Press Seekers, very close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
So you could put these on display.
That's the one I have.
Oh yeah, that's the one right there. Yeah. Is that yours?
Yeah.
Who is this from, Az? Is this the?
This is from Bumblebee.
No. What company is this? The 3-0?
This is 3-0 that did this.
Yeah.
This is Soundwave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it said Shockwave, not Soundwave.
Because 3-0 is pumping them out like crazy. Like I just saw that they put up a pre-order a little while ago. But they're putting out a lot from the films, the Michael Bay films, a ton of them.
He said Shockwave, but it's all good. The last Autobot with a $5 says, this is the content we need. Thanks to all. Hope you keep spotlighting great artists and their content. Thank you. Michael Carney with a 3-month Well, it's jumped on me. Michael Carney with a 3-month Stormtrooper. Thank you, Michael. Maxim M with a £5 says the amount of prawn chat from these three is horrendous. Tell us more. I could talk Transformers all day, all fucking day.
I know. Like before we started even streaming, we were just talking about Transformers. It hasn't stopped.
No, this is another image I did. I took a photo of the sound wave.
Oh,
and that's Ravage in the cassette deck.
Just chilling.
Like very nice.
By your command, Megatron.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that opening scene in Bumblebee, you know, I'm not saying it moved, but it might have moved a little bit, you know.
Yeah. If you had if you were doing one of those sex pest things with the police, and they wrapped the thing around your willy, and then they showed you stimulant to see if you popped, you know, they'll be like, "We got some movement."
It wasn't a shift; it was a move.
Yeah,
it's a move.
Here's a cheeky little photo that I did. The Fans Toys Cyclonus with the movie Galvatron behind. That's a little sneaky boys. And then I'll just quickly show this one. This is again. This one's 3-0. The Bumblebee.
Oh, again, very nice.
Yeah, this one doesn't the 3-0 ones don't transform. They're just the robot form. Yeah, but they're really, really good.
They're more like statues. Or you say they're more like statues? Because I've been looking at
they're posable, fully posable.
Yeah, they move. They just don't transform.
Okay.
And then I got the gold version as Goldbug. So you got the Bumblebee and the Goldbug.
The Goldbug has the blue helmet, right?
Goldbug, no, it's yellow. It's yellow.
Well, I mean, traditionally he's supposed to have a blue helmet.
Oh well, I mean, this is the gold one was literally exactly the same.
Just
Bumblebee,
gold. Yeah, I got you.
Just gold. So you could put the mascot version on and have that as the Goldbug, and then the base version as Bumblebee. Try and do that little tricky, that little cheeky thing. Space Monkey with the $2 says, "Do you know who can repair resin statues?" You just have to Google statue repairs, or
no. What kind of statue do you need to repair? I would need to know, because I know a lot of them. You're going to need a specific artist. What size is what scale? 1/3, 1/4? Is it human? Is it robotic? Is it an accessory? Ask us next time. Tell me exactly what you need, and I'll try to help you find one.
Boom. Smooth the DJ with a Stormtrooper for 2 months. Thank you. And as his wonky eyebrow with a £2 says, "Good evening, guys. We must stop meeting like this." As I know you had a bit of part of me, I think. Trinoculus with a $5 says, "Were there Japanese transforming toys way back that were regular household items? I seem to recall that." Well, the actual G1 Transformers were taken from existing toys in Japan.
Yeah, Diaclone, Microman. Actually, like my first official Transformer was Diaclone Jazz. It wasn't even a Transformer. It was like my uncle gave it to me in 1982, and it was Diaclone. You know, it was a Diaclone Transformer. I mean, everyone knows the story. You know, Hasbro went to this Japanese toy fair, and they basically just scooped up all these different robots. You know, Diaclone, Microman, even Shockwave was originally Galacta Man from Radio Shack.
Yep. Yeah.
And then, of course, the story behind Jetfire, Starfire was Robotech. And I mean that's actually, you know, out of my 3 top vintage toys, that Jetfire Robotech is one of my most favorite ones, because that's an interesting story behind that, because it's like if you learn about it, you learn about like how, you know, licensing properties and how they only have them for a certain amount of time. And then when the cartoon came out, he couldn't be called Jetfire; he was called Starfire. I mean,
was it
like, that's why
Skyfire?
What's that?
Was it Starfire? Was it Starfire or Skyfire?
Skyfire in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And then in the toy he was Jetfire.
Jetfire.
And then I think but the new toy that came out by Siege, and then the masterpiece, he was called Jetfire again. But yeah, I mean, like that's a whole interesting thing about how the Transformers line came to be. And then I think, who was it? Was it Jim Shooter?
They couldn't sell some of them in Japan because of the licensing.
Yeah.
So certain ones would be out here, but you couldn't get them in Japan.
And then what happened was, I think it was Jim Shooter, where they dropped all these images of Transformers and toys on their desk, and they had a weekend to basically come up with the idea for Transformers, the comic book.
Wow.
And I mean, that's when editors earn their pay. Because I mean, look at that. I mean, Jim Shooter, in a weekend, created an IP that we're talking about 40 years later. No one at IDW or Marvel are doing that today. It's like,
well, I mean, come on, dude, they're very busy tweeting, so cut them some slack,
I know.
Okay?
But again, that's one of the reasons why I was inspired to do Last of the Seekers. I do want to make something that people are going to talk about 20, 30 years from now.
That they can share with their friends and kids and pass it down. Absolutely. Yeah. I understand that. Having a cultural impact. It's going to work. I like it.
I mean, like really bless their hearts. Like I'm glad that they're destroying everything, because if they didn't, I wouldn't be where I am right now. It's like they actually paved the way for us by their bad decision making. So keep it up, guys.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Great job of wrecking everything. Congrats.
Keep tweeting.
Mr. Tickletron, yeah. Well, Heather Antos, don't worry, that's all she does. So, imagine giving her a weekend to come up with an idea for Transformers. Holy shit! Can't even spell April O'Neil right. Edit that on the front cover.
Oh my gosh.
April O'Neil. April O'Neil. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a 23-month Force sensitive says, "What does this button?" Oh, that's what it does. Uh-oh. Best name I can think of with a $5 says, "Just ordered my first 40K figure of Ragnar Blackmane. I'm excited for it. What army do you recommend starting with for a newbie?" I mean, I'm Death Guard, Death Guard and Nurgle and Chaos Demons, Black Legion as well. That's what I like. So that's what I'd recommend. SR20 Shane with a €5 says, how much brain damage have you incurred from watching The Witcher Blood Origin? Wishing you a speedy recovery. I was officially brain dead for about 36 minutes. Yeah. Apparently it's had a detrimental effect on my brain.
It's horrible. I mean, watching you last night when you were in the Witcher stream, I'm like, if they just cut this, if Netflix had just cut what you were doing and let Geralt speak in your gaming, I'm like, they would have more fans.
Yeah, that'd be more interesting.
I watched 10 minutes of it after your review. I was like, I just have to see. It is as bad as this, but I just want to experience it. You just have to see.
Yeah, a few people just like, it can't be that bad. And then I've had tweet after tweet saying I lasted 10 minutes, lasted 20 minutes, lasted 15 minutes. Couldn't believe fucking dog shit. Here in the Steadfast with 5 Canadians says, "Hail as George and Patrick. Glad to see Patrick on here. It's good his campaigns are getting exposure. It's a great one, It just looks really good, and it's one that I legit believe in. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
I really appreciate that. Like this is actually our 10th campaign. We've delivered all. We've done them all promptly. I mean, there's a couple setbacks here and there, paper shortages, blah blah blah. But this is going to be our 10th campaign, and we've delivered them all. And this one will be another one in the books. So everyone that's backed it tonight, I mean, so far I saw that we're almost at 50K. You know, I really appreciate that. That's a big jump. Still get in there because, you know, some of those I'm actually going to be taking down the sets of the G2 and the stealth version as soon as this stream is over, because I don't want to oversell. I need to have some like for myself, because again, I'm doing some for the conventions this weekend. So you know, everyone that's backed it and backed the alpha boxes, I appreciate it. If you're thinking about the stealth, get on them now, because as soon as this stream is you know, over, I'm going to be taking them down. So don't sleep on it.
I think the only way that you can get a stealth version now is the 2 robots 2 comics tier, because we sold out the boxes for it. So there you go. Nice problem to have.
Always.
Yes. Stunning and Brave Megatron with a 2 Canadian says, "As you got any combiners?" No, I am really coveting your Constructicons behind you.
Yeah, I'll send you a better picture of these. Like, as far as third party goes, these are the best. And again, they were only $75 in their masterpiece. I've actually been putting together a small video, but I actually just ordered the G2 version of them. I like the yellow ones.
Yeah.
So I actually ordered the G2 ones, and they're en route. So I'm holding off on the video until I get those. But they're really good. I mean, like third party have done the best combiners, I think, by far. You know, like Hasbro just doesn't quite get the combiner stuff. You know, the combiner wars. I didn't like any of those. You know, I thought they were thin. I thought they were kind of trashy. Third party's got it down. So yeah, I'll send you some better pictures of these, like on Twitter, and you can check them out. Actually, you have to follow me back on Twitter, so I can talk to you.
I am.
No, you're not yet. I'm following you. You're not following me.
Oh, what?
Get on it.
I am.
And I'll send you some of these pictures.
Damn, I thought it was.
That's fine. That's fine.
Whoopsies. Marla's non-threatening unit with a $5 says, "As the Fans Toys Shockwave is fantastic. Are you going to get the combiners? Takara Sideswipe Masterpiece is really nice. So is the Wheeljack. I want to get the combiner. I know that Fans Toys to do the combiners with the stunt cars, you know, Stunticons, and the
just because he was brought up.
Oh,
I gotta show him.
There you go. There's Shockwave.
Now I got the Fans Toy Shockwave, but I got the translucent one.
Oh. Okay.
But this is that
Damn,
super
that is
chat.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that super chat was correct. This is a must. I mean, it like, I think the only way to get him now is on eBay. But this, I mean, and he lights up. I don't put the batteries in it because I don't want to the batteries to leak. But he's got some nice die cast here, nice die cast feet. But this was my first third party robot right here. And I was hooked, and you know, Fans Toys just kills it. I mean,
yes,
fantastic.
That's making me
movement.
Yeah, I'm the police are looking at me with a frowny face right now.
Great toy. It's a high recommend.
Damn. Yeah, because I've been eyeing up that Fans Toy Shockwave, and I've not seen the pictures. Have never sort of done it justice, and then seen it like that. I think I'd go for the colored one.
Yeah.
Sorry, the person of colored one. Not the translucent
Robot
one, but
color.
my God, I that was chunkier than I thought. It looked like
no, he's bulky.
No,
I like the Dakar version, but they make him a little thin. His legs are a little dainty. this guy, his legs look good. Again, here's some weird guys talking about robots' legs, but his legs
all
were
good.
sexy.
There's no judgment here. There's no
Sexy
judgment
legs.
here. We're all thinking the same thing. Johnny's with a 3-month Force sensitive says, "Hey, Laz and Gary, thanks for these hot toy streams. Love tuning in every week while at work. I'm ashamed of how big my Easy Tiger statue/figure collection is. Gotcha. The Beast 808. I know. I thought AO with a $5 says, "Hail, brothers, many blessings on you, brother Patrick, in your venture. As and Gary,
thank you.
As and George, sorry. As always, remain blessed, gentlemen. You remain blessed over in Hawaii, dude.
Absolutely.
There we go with the supers. Let's have a last little look at the campaign before we set sail. Because this is, like I said, I like the look of this, and that's why I'm doing this. Because I really did kind of, I mean, the artwork's phenomenal here. I really do like that. It does give big G1 vibes. And I'm okay with that because I like I said, I purchased third party, fourth party, Transformers. I'm looking, I like that sort of aspect of it. So you think this, if you want the stealth, which is the black and red, this is the only tier left. All the other tiers, I'm afraid, have sold out. Again, nice thing to have, but we've got the comic coming.
And of course, being a comic artist, like the comic is the backbone, and this is the bling. It just, our bling is just super bling. Like this is going to be something that people are going to be talking about for a while here. Like, did you get that first Seeker? Because I mean, once we're doing, I mean, we're going to do more of these. We're doing different colors, different wings, different heads, different weapons. But you really want to get in there and get number 1 and get number 2. You want to get on the ground level, because once we're on number 5, you're gonna be like, damn, I have to pay $300 to get number 1 now on eBay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, no kidding. When we first launched this, people were buying 4 or 5 alpha boxes. Like they were just buying, buying them up because they knew this is a limited run. Again, we're only making 1,250 of these robots. 200 of them are the stealth robot. So again, it's like instant collector's item. And then also with the big box, you get that special wraparound cover with the Renegade that is available.
But the big box is gone. They're gone.
I know the big box is gone. I guess like what I do want to share something too, like real quick, because I know some people are interested in the Starscream looking one. I do want to show people like where they can get it, because I don't want to leave anyone hanging. So this is Agabus right here. Agabus is it's like Big Bad Toy Store, just a little bit different. And they have, where's the scrolling button at? I know it's somewhere here. Is there an arrow that I can click on it? Usually there's it's not popping up though. Usually it pops up. But see, they have new age stuff. I guess we're just gonna wait for it to start over. It'll be here in a second. Oh, here's some Lego stuff. It's weird. Usually there's an arrow that pops up. I wonder why it's not popping up right now. It's gonna start over in 1 second here. But Agabus has the Renegade, which is also known as like the Starscream kind of color scheme. And Agabus has that as a exclusive. They saw the robot immediately, like they were big fans of Ramen Toy.
I tell you what, I got it.
You found it?
I actually have it open on my browser. That's the one.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, actually, no. Go back to my screen real quick. There it is.
There you go.
So if you go to Agabus, and then there's the Centurions.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, they were the ones you attached the things to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the people that made those toys are the ones that are making our toys. But here, I'll put in Last of the Seekers. So for those people that are completists, I know there's a lot of people out there that they've got to get everything. This is the pre-order site for Last of the Seekers. Picture of the packaging. The packaging is a little bit different. For some reason, their website is. I need to give them a call because their website is not working that great. But anyway, for people that have the green one, they got the black one, and then they want to get the Starscream colored one, that's going to be over here at Agabus. Again, another good group of guys. They're on our side, if you know what I'm saying. There's no SJW garbage happening over here. This is a good group of guys over here. Go over here and support good companies like Big Bad Toy Store, Agabus, Riot Press, Ramen Toy, all that stuff.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Patrick. Thank you.
No, dude. Thank you. I mean, like, this was a pleasure. I mean, no joke. I can tell with you guys, we could talk like 7 hours about toys.
Oh, absolutely. It's fun.
That's just so I can get a drink, though, after, I'm just getting a coffee. Now let's do 15 hours, okay? Because I got the coffee in me. So let's carry on. So this is the campaign on Indiegogo, folks. Last of the Seekers, comic book, and also toy. Hence why I'm here. So very, very close to 50K, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic with that. Yeah, anything else you'd like to plug, Patrick, before we go?
No, just get over here and back this. Let's make this a killer project. The more you support indie creators like myself and my friends, like, the more we can take over, and then before you know it, we're in charge of everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's the goal here. Is we're trying to push these people out of these positions they're in and introduce new properties, new ideas, new things, new ways of thinking. So this just isn't just backing a good comic book and a very good toy. You're backing our future, just as people, just as society. It's important to support new projects so we have new stuff for the next generation.
Yeah. George, anything you'd like to plug before we go, sir?
No, I got a new video coming out tomorrow morning, and I'll be, after this, probably a little bit later, heading over to Adam Krigler's for his 500 episode roast. Episode, yeah. I'm sure you're going to be there.
I'm gonna be in bed.
You're gonna be in bed
because I've been up since 4:30 in the morning, and it's now.
I think I watched you for a little while. I watched.
Yeah, well, I started streaming at 7 a.m., but I was up at 4:30. Yeah,
that was a great game.
What time is it there? As
it's just after 8.
8.
But so I've been, I'm sort of tiring down, so I'm going to unwind for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the land of Nod.
Land of Nod. Other than that, just as I was as we were talking and having a great time, something came to the door, which I will share next week on Hot Toys. We got a few surprises for next week.
I know there's I didn't show off Captain Vaughn. I didn't show off a couple of other things. We'll leave those till next week. That'll be absolutely fine.
Actually, I did want to. I forgot to plug my YouTube channel.
Sure.
If you guys wouldn't mind, Riot Press Productions YouTube. I talk about toys, obviously. I do a lot of painting tutorials. I do a couple weekly shows where I talk about comic books. But on YouTube, please sub to Riot Press Productions.
There you go, Riot Press Productions on YouTube. Go sign up. It's a couple of people are asking where to see more of this. Tomorrow night, Friday Night Tights. We got Disproo on, I think, and not too sure if anyone else. And then the Real BBC on Tuesday will be back on my channel again for the second time. And yes, There we go. Massive thank you, Patrick. Massive thank you, George.
I do want to say we did just hit 50K, so thank you everyone out there.
Boom.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, lot of boom, lot of boom, lot of boom. Let's just have a quick little look. There you go. 50,200. Congratulations, man.
Hey, wonderful.
It's gonna be
Absolutely
great. Fantastic, guys.
Oh, so yeah, thank you guys for showing some support for this. I think this is a legit. I think this is a real good one. So thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Great audience. Massive thank you to my mods, everyone who hit the super chat button. Thank you so much, and I'll be back. And George will be back next week with some more stuff. So you take care. Bye for now.